Hanover Wildcats Coach's Corner, a service of Hanover Electric, Blue Valley Technologies, Inline Construction, the Blue Valley Insurance Agency, Citizen State Banks, Handy's Hardware and Lumber, Midwest Products, and Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas, a proud Wildcat booster. That's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
Quality work at reasonable rates. Inline Construction does basements and foundations, as well as retaining walls, plus drives, patios, and sidewalks. For concrete work, call for a quote from Inline Construction at 562-5525 or inlineconstruction@yahoo.com.
The variety of our checking plans exceeds your grandfather's dreams. We have checking plans for kids, checking for college students, checking for small businesses, and checking for seniors only. We have checking plans that pay interest. By checking with us, you have quality choices to add to your portfolio and financial planning. Citizen State Bank of Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Quality banking since 1907. Member FDIC.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
Welcome into the Hanover Wildcats Coaches Corner program. Joined today with Corey Jensen, head coach of the boys basketball team. Coach, your team is off to a nice little 3-0 start here early in the season. How do you feel the team's playing, though, in these victories?
I've been pretty impressed with them so far. Like we talked about earlier, they're not in the greatest of basketball shape. They're not in their best shooting form, ball handling form, but one thing that they've done consistently through these first 3 games is they played extremely hard, and that kind of shows in little stats like offensive rebound percentage and stuff like that, getting to the free throw line, and they've really excelled in those 2 categories especially.
Well, and something we mentioned about last week, obviously team coming off the football season, so short practices, but being able to return a lot of guys that had varsity experience, has that allowed you to, maybe hit this ground running a little bit here in these games, kind of knowing what the boys should expect from you as a coach?
Yeah, that helps a lot. There's no surprises on our end with that many returners. We've done a lot of stuff in the summer that's, translated to the season that we're doing right now, and, having that leadership is a big part, and then just kind of knowing what we need to do and what we expect in the practice every day is huge.
And these opponents you've faced here early on, they're no slight, to say the least. They are Central, Nemaha Central, and then Troy in that first game out. How nice is it to, still see them compete and do what they need to do against some high-level opponents here? Yeah,
we knew we would start off with 3 really good opponents, and the interesting thing about all 3 of those is they just kind of, all 3 offered different things, and I think I was most proud of our guys to be able to respond to all those challenges in those first 3 games. And first 2 especially, we clawed back from double-digit deficits early on, and I think that kind of speaks to their resilience and a little bit of our leadership. And again, we got guys that want to compete.
And that's always, good to see, like you said, keeping those heads up when the times get tough and being able to come out with them. And something we talked about last year, and I think in our first conversation, is the depth. So how is the depth of your team shaping out this season?
It's been good. I feel pretty comfortable playing 8, 9, 10 guys on the varsity court, and that's always helpful. You're going to run into battles, in the game where there's either foul trouble or there's different kind of matchups that you like to see, or you want to push the pace a little bit more. And it's always nice to be able to throw a variety of guys in there that have different roles. And that's a good thing about our team is we have guys that have specific roles and they embrace those roles. And that's what makes us a good team.
And not only for the depth during games, but also in practice. How important is that to have those, 10 varsity players that are going at it each day in practice and making themselves better?
That's extremely valuable. We have some scrimmages in practice that would resemble, a high school varsity game. Our second five, quote unquote second five, they give our first five guys a run and sometimes even beat them in practice. And it's a huge confidence boost to have guys that are on the court, and you know what, if they need a break, they'll let me know and we'll sub somebody in and we won't have a drop off. And that's key for us.
Yeah, and like you said there, honesty too. When you need a break, the players feel comfortable enough to come out, and the next people in are going to step in well. And coming up Friday, you guys have a week's worth of practice here, getting ready for Washington County. You've had success against the Tigers, as of late. But what do you need to see from your team Friday night to come out, compete, and get another victory?
I think we just need to see consistent growth. Consistency is a big thing with us, and we've really seen it thus far on the offensive end. We haven't been shooting it great, but the good thing about that is we've been rebounding on the offensive end really, really well. So I want to continue that trend. We've got to the free throw line really well, and that's where you can get your easiest points, is stacking the goal and getting to the free throw line. And then we just want to continue to get better on the defensive end, communication wise, rotating wise. All those small things that we're going to constantly work at. We just want to see, consistent growth for us.
And last one here for you, Corey, before I let you go, but an opportunity too here, with some practices coming up, winter break, that sort of thing. Are those little consistency things that you just talked about kind of where do you want to see your team grow at before you get into the TVL schedule, I guess?
Well, I would hope to think that we can shoot a little bit better from the 3-point line moving forward. It's been a struggle for us thus far, but again, it's to be expected with, going into last week, 3-4 practices before games, and, the shooting will come around. So, I'm not real worried about that, but yeah, consistency is always going to be a big thing on our mind. And it's just, again, we just got to grow as a team and continue to get better.
Well, I think like you said in the beginning and right there too as well, if the shooting can find its form here late in the season, but you're still picking up wins and finding ways to win those games, I don't think you can ask much more of your team. Again, talking with Corey Jensen, head coach of the Hanover boys basketball team. Corey, I appreciate your time this week. We'll look forward to chatting more basketball through the season, and happy holidays to you and your squad.
You too. Thanks, Max.
Not everyone can become a Lennox dealer, so you'll be glad to know when you buy a Lennox from Hanover Electric Incorporated, you not only get the best products in the business, you also get a traditional experience in making sure your home is as comfortable as it can be. Because every independent Lennox dealer must pass the Lennox Quality Dealer Standards Program, the toughest test in the industry, and what it means is you get a dealer you could always count on. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
In your bustling lives, we're constantly on the move from hectic commutes to family outings. Blue Valley Insurance offers comprehensive auto coverage to keep you safe on every journey. Whether you're heading to work or driving your kids to practice, we've got you covered. Visit us at convenient locations in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville for personalized auto insurance solutions tailored to your needs. Drive with peace of mind knowing you're protected by Blue Valley Insurance.
In today's world, everyone is searching for answers. If cows are laying down, will it rain? Does gum really stay in your stomach for 7 years? How about Bigfoot? With so many mysteries, it's nice to have one clear answer. Fiber. Blue Valley Technologies proudly provides a robust fiber network with symmetrical speeds and unmatched reliability. And with 24/7 support, we are always here when you need us. Blue Valley Technologies Fiber Internet, because some things just shouldn't be a mystery.
Hanover Wildcats Coach's Corner, a service of Hanover Electric, Blue Valley Technologies, Inline Construction, the Blue Valley Insurance Agency, Citizen State Banks, Handy's Hardware and Lumber, Midwest Products, and Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance.